Yes.
Hello, welcome to the next edition of Turtle Tuesday with Turtle Island. You know what's exciting is that I just realized that Turtle Island has been around since 2013. So that makes this year our 10th year of being dedicated to saving the world's most endangered and overlooked turtle and tortoise species from extinction. So we are going to actually do a little research, and because I'm not exactly sure which month it was, but we're going to have a big celebration for saving those turtles, those most overlooked and endangered turtle and tortoise species. So today we have a few special guests. I just like to introduce myself. I'm Shannon DeRusso. I am our veterinarian at Turtle Island. And today we're going to go over a few differences of things that are kind of frequently asked questions. Or people say, is this a turtle or a tortoise? Or in Australia and England, we also have terrapins. And then there are side-necked turtles or snake-necked turtles, and there's soft-shell turtles. And so today is going to be dedicated to trying to weed through some of this confusion and kind of go over the basic differences between them. One of the things to realize is that these names, turtles and tortoises, are kind of different and not specific for the exact species. And so, as I said, in England and in Australia, they use the word terrapin. And I actually had to look this up on Google also. I'm not from either of those countries. And I believe that the terrapin is for a freshwater turtle. And what they call a turtle would be a saltwater turtle, which is what we would call a sea turtle, which in German would be a Meeresschildkröten or a sea turtle. So you see how it can get kind of confusing? And then there's tortoises, and then people say, well, a tortoise, is that only in the land? So then that means that all turtles are in water? So we're going to kind of weed through this. In general, so if you want to say, what is a tortoise? This is your basic tortoise. This is a Greek tortoise, Testudo hermanni. We can see that it's hermanni with these stripes down here, but basically the things that kind of make a tortoise is they have these claws. They tend to walk like this, where a turtle, their feet kind of go out and they walk either like this or they use their feet for swimming. We also have some differences so we have the way that they walk, we have the scales that look slightly different. If you have something that's a soft-shell turtle, that's never going to be a tortoise. Tortoises are vegetarians, where turtles can be vegetarians or they can be omnivores or carnivores. We have lots of turtles that love slugs and snails and worms and fish, but a tortoise is not going to like those things. Tortoises always live on land. And so you're never going to find a tortoise swimming because it wants to. They may be swept away by some water. And I have heard stories of people trying to rescue tortoises and putting them back in ponds, which I'm sure the tortoise did not appreciate. But tortoises live on land. They can live in the desert. They can live in Florida. They can live in Egypt or all around the world in deserts and drier climates. They're never aquatic. A turtle, on the other hand, may be aquatic. It may live in fresh water. It may live in salt water. It may live in a deep forest. Sometimes they tend to be in wetter, moister environments. So a jungle, something where there's streams, bodies of water in there, or even temporary bodies of water. Some of them will kind of estivate or rumate, or similar to hibernate in the dry season, but they're typically going to be aquatic some time of the year or want more water around them than, say, a tortoise. There are many tortoises that really only need to drink once a year. One time per year is really all they need. And some tortoises can actually reuptake moisture from their bladder and concentrate their urine, which is why they're able to really only need to drink so often. So we have a tortoise here. One of the things to notice is how the tortoise brings its head in. And this is really the big difference between when we try to separate the whole what we would call colonia, or the turtle and tortoise genus groups, where we split them, is actually the more scientific way would not be turtle, tortoise, and terrapin, would be actually the way that they move their neck and the way that they hide. So now this one is pretty friendly, so it's hard to see, but if he gets scared, he's going to bring his neck straight in. I know you're not getting scared. So he's going to be able to bring his neck straight in, and he's going to be able to get away from predators that way. They can also bring their legs in and hide their head and protect their head with their legs, and that's their protection. And this is actually what's called a cryptodeer, or cryptodira, which crypto means the hidden neck. And so this is one of the actual scientific delineations of a turtle or tortoise. Let me do a little glove change here. Then we go to actually what is the other group, which would be called the pleurodeers, or side neck. So we have the cryptodeers, which bring their head in. Don't look at my double chin. And then we have the pleurodeers, where the neck goes sideways. This would be our example here. So you can clearly see how the neck is going sideways. This is Chilodyna nova Guinea, or Novae Guinea, depending on how you want to say it, or a New Guinea side neck turtle, or snake neck turtle. This is actually a snake neck turtle. The side neck turtles have a little shorter necks. But you can see these snake neck turtles have a much longer neck. And if they're scared, which once again, these guys don't seem to be all that concerned, they do this. They're able to hide their neck on the side. These, as we were talking about the differences with the turtles, you see how the differences with their feet. They don't have those tortoise feet, like the little claws, almost like an elephant. These, they have a webbed foot. They do have claws, but they have a webbed foot, and their feet go out like this instead of in like this, like the tortoises do. Very aquatic animal. They have the webbing in the front and the back. And so this would be what we would call a pleurodeer, or a side neck turtle. But this is actually in the snake neck turtle. All of the side neck turtles, or snake neck turtles, the pleurodeers, we're going to correctly call them, they all come from the southern hemisphere. They all tend to live in fresh water, rivers. They're excellent swimmers, excellent hunters, and they have this tiny little nose, and so you'll just see the tiny little nose peek up over the surface, and you'll have no idea what's under here. But these guys are great hunters. They're extremely fast, and they, as I said, they're only in the southern hemisphere, where the cryptodeers, or the hidden neck turtles, are all over the world. There are turtles and tortoises on every continent, except for Antarctica. And so now we're going to talk about another difference here. So this is hard right here, and we also have here, this is hard. These are called hard-shell. These are hard-shelled turtles. The other one delineation here, we're going to put these two away, and we're going to talk about soft-shelled turtles. Soft-shelled turtles, now they're the only ones here breeding these. These are called the peacock soft-shelled turtle, Nelsonia horum. They come from Asia. They're very endangered. They can be extremely large, and most soft-shelled turtles are pretty aggressive. Not all, but a lot. Now, what we're gonna do is, oh, I know, you're so crazy. So here's the difference here, is one is that they're very beautiful, but you have this flap here. This is not soft. I mean, this is not hard. It's a little hard to pay attention while somebody's trying to bite me. And the soft-shelled turtles have typically these 3 claws. They're all carnivorous, slightly omnivorous, but mostly carnivorous. They are also very good hunters, and what they do is they bite their prey, then they stick those 3 claws into their prey and tear it apart. This animal is pretty young, just I think about 1.5 years or maybe 2 years old, probably 2 years old, and they can become much larger. and which is why I have this young one here, because this would be impossible for me to do this without getting bit. But they have this flap here, and this makes it a soft-shell turtle, and it doesn't have that bony keratin. They all have a C-shaped or half-moon shaped cartilage. This cartilage is unfortunately harvested for soup. Like, instead of having shark fin soup, it's called callipee soup. And unfortunately what they do is they just cut this cartilage out. The animal unfortunately does not survive this, and so they are all very endangered. So those are the basic differences between turtles, tortoises, soft-shelled turtles, and hard-shelled turtles. I hope you guys have learned a lot today, and I hope that you join us next week for Turtle Tuesday. I hope you join our newsletter. Please go online, check out our website. We're getting these on Facebook. We have YouTube channel, LinkedIn, Instagram, all of that. And if you like us, please support us. Please tell your friends, share, and we will see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.